All right, can you guys hear me? Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me. I'm just gonna take about 2 minutes to get everything set up. I know that I was a little late to start, so I want to give some people some time to join. I may or may not already be slightly under the influence, and I need to set up my charts. So, there's that. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know. I have no idea who is already in here or not, but in the meantime, I will get some music going. We'll play like one track for like 3 minutes while I get up in here and arrange my shit, grab a beer. Make sure that you guys grab a beer too. Like I'm not starting immediately right now, but we are going to start in just a second. I know Nick is here. Muhammad is here. What's up? Already 4 or 5 people up in the stream. Let's go. Friday night. Crazy wild Bitcoin shit that we got to go over. We curse a little bit on the stream. It's okay. It's okay. We're going to go over a lot of stuff here. I'm going to be summing up a lot of stuff. I need to like mentally prepare. Give me about 2-3 minutes. Let everybody else join the stream. And then we will get started. I'm just going to leave a note here in the chat for everybody else that's joining that I'm getting set up. Give me about 5 minutes and we good. We Gucci. Just because I'm awesome, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you guys some music in the background so you guys aren't just sitting here like free balling. Nobody likes free balling at the beach. You know, you got to get the stuff with the net. You know what I mean? You got to hold it together. I'm going to hold it together here with some music. What should we do? Let's do one of these and let's see if we can get let's do one of these. Bam. And let me switch it over real quick to the actual stream. This is not going to get me demonetized because I'm awesome. No, I'm just kidding. It's like royalty-free music. If you guys are interested in these kinds of tracks for your own streams, you guys can find all of this at Stream Beats from my man Harris Heller. It's all royalty-free. He's got hundreds of hours of royalty-free music that you guys can use for your own streams if that's the kind of thing that you're into. But for right now, I need to switch that input so that you guys can actually hear it because I know that you guys can't hear it right now. And now you can. So I'm going to lower that just a little bit so it's not like crazy loud for you. Give me 2 minutes to set up. I'm going to smoke a cigarette. I'm going to grab a beer and then we're going to get right into it. We got a lot to talk about today. Yes, the stream is going to run over a little bit. And yes, we are going to have a lot of fun on this stream tonight. Tons of stuff happened this week and I'm super excited for it. So just bear with me while I get set up here and take a quick bathroom break and we'll get right into it. All right, we're back. We're back. See, look at that. It was like exactly one song. How sweet is that, right? Let's go ahead and take this crap off my screen so that y'all can see me. Hey, what's up, everybody? Glad for everybody to be with me. So first things first, beers and Bitcoin. You guys know how we roll. Gonna kick off the stream with a nice shot of whiskey. And cheers. It's been a hell of a week, guys. We got a lot going in. And we got a lot to talk about. So it's going to be a pretty awesome stream today. Super excited to be here with you guys. Riley's in here. Mohammed's in here. Nick is in here. Good to see everybody in here. This is awesome. More people are probably going to come in as the stream goes on, but whatever. Cheers to you guys. Yeah, you know what? That's actually pretty good. It's a local whiskey. I got to actually get the name for you guys later on in the stream. Don't let me forget. But first time here, make sure you're liking, subscribing, all of that awesome stuff. Retweet, do all the social media things, all that stuff. So I'm actually trying a new beer tonight. It's called Yingling Flight. I guess they put the F in front of there just to try and disguise it as a light beer, but whatever. I have been drinking light beers. You guys know I've been working out. First drink of the week. I stopped smoking cigarettes and stuff while I've been working out and everything. It's been a hell of a trip with that, working out constantly for the last, I think it's 3 weeks now. Carb cycling, calorie deficit, working out every day, 5 days a week. No beer during the weekdays, except obviously for beers and Bitcoin. It's been awesome. We got to get them guns up, man. We got to get them guns up. Got to get back in shape. Got to lose the beer gut. Tired of it. So only on weekends. Cheers to you guys. We got a lot to go into. So the first thing that I want to talk about is just FOMC straight up. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this because I'm already a little late. Stream will run over a little bit. So for those of you guys that are watching the preview, you guys can, if you guys know what happened with the FOMC and all of that stuff, you guys can probably skip like 5 minutes ahead or whatever if you're watching the replay. But I want to start with that. So initially, this was like going to be a super bullish thing, right? Oh, it's a pause. It's a pause. Look, they're not changing the rates, right? Well, that ended up not being the case. And he actually ended up coming out during the his testimony, his speech, and then obviously the questions and stuff. Those of you guys that were there for the live stream, you guys know what I'm talking about. And he said, okay, we're pausing just this meeting, but we're probably going to end up raising by another 50 basis points before the end of the year. That's kind of a big deal. That's going to put a lot of pressure on banks. That's going to put a lot of pressure on lending. That's going to put a lot of pressure on real estate. That's going to put a lot of pressure on housing. All of those things in total. I mean, you guys have been watching me for a while now. You guys know that I've been harping on the total imbalance of, just labor market to wages to supply and demand. I don't really have to go into all of that. Most of you guys are pretty average Joes like me. Most of you guys know, hey, when you go to the store, it's fucking expensive. It's expensive. Like I posted on Twitter tonight. Oh yeah, I'm eating Wagyu beef with, and I post the pic of what I made for dinner. Like, yes, I used to be a chef in another life. That shit's not cheap. It's, the kind of thing that is kind of a treat on a Friday night now when, I used to be eating Wagyu steaks on a fucking Tuesday, So, anyway, getting back into it, he basically said, okay, look, inflation isn't coming down as fast as we wanted it to. And it really needs to come down bad. And it's not coming down as fast as we want it to. So we're going to pause, this time. We're going to see what happens with, the next round of numbers and, unemployment stats, new mortgage application stats, all of these things, right, that they look at. and kind of see where it goes from there. But the plan is, okay, we're probably going to raise another 50 basis points before the end of the year. Now, that could mean that they skip next meeting too and then raise after that. That could mean that they raise only 10 points next meeting and then they kind of, siphon it off to later meetings. I don't really know what the schedule is going to be for them. Obviously, I'm not Jerome Powell, but at the end of the day, it's going to put a lot of pressure on, and that's a good thing, right? Like, that's a good thing. The economy needs to downsize. People need, in general, to be more people need to be out of work. More people need to be at risk. Credit card debt is something that not a lot of people are paying attention to. It's at the highest in the United States that's ever been. I'm one of the lucky few that, for the last 2 years, me and my wife, we've just been paying off as much debt as we possibly can, because I've said very specifically, this is the time that I want to be buying a house. I want those 7, 8, 9% interest rates, because I know that investing in a home for long term, like to live in, not as, oh, okay, I'm going to buy a whole bunch of properties and rent them all out. No. If you're buying a house to live in, buying the bottom, okay, of the housing market, like, this is where you want to be, because in the next 10, 15 years, man, boy, are you going to luck out real good. In 5, 10 years, you're going to be able to refinance it at probably half, pay off the house, and you're set. That typically is a good thing. Why don't they just jack it up like 500 basis points and make it hurt? 500 basis points would absolutely destroy the economy. That they're trying to, the reason why they don't is because they're trying to cause as little pain as possible, and they don't want to break anything, right? Like, they don't want to break the economy. That's the whole thing. They don't want to break the banking system. They don't want to break the real estate industry. They don't want to break anything. They're trying to do it slowly so that it can be a soft landing. And they don't want to break anything. So I completely agree with what Jerome Powell is doing. A lot of people like Nick, hey, how come we just don't rip the Band-Aid off, right? Because if you do that in this very precarious situation that we're in now, you stand a good chance of breaking something. Right now is not the time to be breaking something. You really don't want to be breaking something right now. It's a very precarious situation that we're in. It's not a good idea to be breaking a portion of the economy. But to sum up the FOMC, that's basically what happened there. So if we take a look at the markets, let's go ahead and jump into the charts here. I should be, yeah, I'm on the left-hand side of your screen there. Lots of crazy stuff has happened. So we've got our May high way up here at 29,820. That is very far off from where we are now, even if we break through this resistance. Now, I had this labeled on my chart for weeks, I guess almost since the beginning of the month, okay? With these very well-defined sections, right? Throw under, throw over. We've been deviating. We've had a lot of clusterfucks. Basically, what we're seeing now with this situation is the same thing that we saw here. Huge dip down, huge recovery, just big V-shaped recoveries. And then it ends up leading to nothing, and then it kind of trickles down, right? Same thing happened now. Now, this is kind of a little bit of a different situation where we broke down out of this bear channel, which I totally predicted on Tuesday, right? Like, hey, if we break down out of this channel, we're going to see 25K. Boom, we swept it. And we put in a new low for June. Awesome. Totally went as predicted. This was not exactly as I had predicted. Obviously, this happened. We bounced right back up, right into the channel, at the top of the channel, no less, but also in a very, very important major area of resistance. The move up was not expected, in my opinion. However, the rejection here, because such a major level, kind of is. So I'm going to be watching this very closely. This is a very, like I said, it's a very precarious situation to be in right now. This is very volatile price action. Even during especially during bull markets, this isn't really the kind of price action that we see during bull markets. Normally, pullbacks end up happening very swift, very quickly, and you end up seeing a full recovery relatively quickly. Okay. Well, like we all know this. Those of you guys that are new into the markets as of like, 2022 or 2021, especially during, like our huge run up, right? Like way back, right? When we saw these huge run ups in price, am I really scrolling that far back for these? I guess so, right? Okay, back here. When we saw these huge run-ups in price, normally like this, here's a good example, right? I know I'm scrolling all over the place, sorry. Normally, this is the kind of thing that you'd see, right? Like, boom, a nice final wave up, and then you see a very major correction. And like, it looks like, oh man, shit, we made lower lows. But then over here, you double bottom, and then it just whoop, and it just breaks through all the resistances, right? Normally during bull markets, that's what you end up seeing. Unfortunately for us, that's not really the case right now. I would still technically consider this a bear market if we come up to the daily chart here. We haven't broken any significant highs. This is my overall target up here. I've had this like little Cobra mystery box for quite some time. It's between 35 and 36.8. This is based off of this box over here. I literally just copy and pasted this and dragged it over. This would be my target. Like if we were going to really make another leg higher, this is probably where I'd be looking. It's like 35, 36K. However, when you scale it back a little bit and you really start digging into these levels, what you come to find is that we've been battling this 26.5 level for so long. And I said a couple on Tuesday, I think even, but certainly last week I said, look, if we don't reclaim 26.5, it's not good. Like 26.5 absolutely 100% has to be reclaimed and retested bullishly before I get like macro bullish at all from here. Because at the end of the day, I go off of price structure, right? So volume, price structure, those are the two key things that I look at. I mean, it's undeniable here, right? High equal low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, so the trend here, okay, continues. And yes, it does look like a wedge when you draw it really big and bold like that on the screen, like a lot of other chartists do. But that doesn't mean that we're just going to like teleport from here to, like 38 or 40K. Okay. Can that happen? 100%. Do I think that's going to happen? Honestly, in this kind of market environment with all of the fundamental and news kinds of things that are going on with Binance, with BitGet, with all of these, even Bybit, going towards, okay, everybody has to KYC. There is a lot of uncertainty in terms of regulation. And I think that that's really the only thing that's stopping me from being like, holy crap, we went up 5% in 2 days. It's like super bullish. Unless we start closing a couple dailies over 26.5, I'm not really bullish on this. Like, okay, we broke back into the channel. This channel is pretty much bullshit at this point, right? However, if you really look at it, it's kind of not invalidated, right? Like we broke way down below. This is way more than what a deviation would be. A deviation would be like here and then a bounce, right? This is way more than a deviation. This was a full breakdown. I'm kind of torn at this point because not only did we break back into the channel, that's awesome, whatever, it's bullish. But at the end of the day, we use that same level here at the top of the channel. I haven't moved this at all. Like I'm not adjusting trend lines to be like, oh yeah, let me have it fit my bias. No, we broke right back into the channel from way low, but we rejected again off the top of the channel. These are undeniable things that I'm looking at that I think a lot of people aren't really taking into consideration here. You know, when you look at the visible range volume, and this is just the visible range, okay, it's not the whole thing. So if I zoom into like basically just this channel, this is what our volume over here looks like. So you can kind of see like, okay, there might be some support here. You know, it looks like if we break below here, this would be bad. There's a lot of support in here. Okay, you know, at like, you know, 26K, sure, you know, psychological number, right? Okay, cool. I want to be bullish on this so bad, guys. I really do. Like, I want to be one of the bull posters that's just like, yeah, we're gonna teleport to fucking 40K from here. I just I it just doesn't feel like that. It really doesn't. Like, I've been trading markets for 12 years. I've been trading Bitcoin since fuck what? 2016. It just doesn't have those vibes. It just doesn't have those vibes to me. Like, I just don't see it from here. Like, I really don't. Now, technically, in terms of a V-shaped recovery, this would have been the V here, right? And we broke above it. There is the chance that we come down this median line, right? Like where the breakout was, and we see some kind of a support and a bounce higher. But are we really going to sweep those May? Excuse me. Are we really going to sweep those May high or the June highs up here at 27.5? It just doesn't feel like that. Oh, okay. So it's like, where do you go next? All right. You looked at the price action, you looked at your horizontal levels, you know, okay, Mr. Snake, you know, what's really going on here? You know, are we going to go retest our May highs at 29.8? Or, you know, like, what are you really thinking? What I'm really thinking is that I probably need to look deeper into volume per bar and find out what's going on here. In general, yeah, we've got increasing volume. That's undeniable since here, right? Sure, this part was bearish, whatever. Increasing volume nonetheless per bar. That's typically a good thing. MACD is bullish, but it's flipping. RSI is technically bullish, but it's kind of tapering. So while I want to be super bullish here, I'm just getting very, very cautious because this is a very, very known level of resistance since the beginning of the month. This is our monthly resistance here. If you weren't long already from our June lows when we swept this, or, you know, when we made a new low and then recovered like somewhere on this green candle or in this consolidation, this is probably not the place where I would be looking to get long. That's just the way that I trade. So I'm gonna take a sip of beer on that. Let me know in the chat if I'm not intoxicated enough. Please let me know. I'll take another shot. But here's my thing. Like, and again, this is just the way that I trade. I trade a lot differently from other people. And I know that I catch so much shit for it. I've been losing followers over it, and I really don't care. I really don't care, because the way that I've traded for 12 years, clearly I wouldn't still be here, right? If I wasn't profitable, I would have gotten swept out, right? I would have capitulated. I would have gotten, you know, swept out at some point, or, you know, I would have gone all in 100x with the last part of my bag or something, right? Like, I would have gotten swept. I've been here for 12 years trading. I've been in crypto since 2016. This just does not feel like we're just going to blow and make a new high. Like I just literally, as I was saying this, I just watched 5 people leave the stream immediately because I'm not ultra bullish. And it's fascinating to me. Like, I just don't care. I really don't care. Most of you guys that are going to stay and watch the stream, most of you guys know me. Most of you guys know that this is kind of the way that I trade. I watch the levels. I watch the monthlies. I watch the macro. And it's just, these higher time frames are just not like, okay, Let's say we reclaim 26.5. That's awesome. That's right in a massive monthly support level that goes back to March. Massive support here. How many times did we tap this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, I just high equal low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. I just really feel like we're going to sweep this June high and make another lower high and continue lower. That's just really what it feels like to me. It doesn't feel like this is a bottom, considering that we've been basically up only since the entire year. Like, look at this. What? March or December. So if we've really, you know, when we broke this level, it was January 13th. Okay, cool. Basically the beginning of the year, we've been up only minus this weird correction, this big microphone that we had here, right? And we blew out past it. That's awesome. That's normally indicative of a final move. I just really don't feel like it's like we're just going to be blowing up to 40 fucking K, or, you know, like, oh yeah, we're going to 60K from here. Like everyone's calling all immediately and I posted this morning on Twitter. I was like, man, you know, like everyone, obviously this was this morning. It wasn't, you know, later on in the afternoon when we got this, you know, like second part. If you look back here on the 4 hour, I said this morning. I was like, oh man, you know, like the price rallied like 3%. Everyone's like hyper bullish. Lost even more watchers. I literally at this point think there's like 2 people in here. People don't like me because I'm a bear, but I'm so successful in bear markets. And this is a pump that I'm fading. This is a pump that my algo is fading. Every single, okay. We're gonna bring it in. Come here. Every single time that I've faded my algo, I've fucking lost. Every time. Every time I've faded my algo, I've been like, I don't really agree with that. That's kind of a ballsy. Oh, that's a really ballsy bottom catch. That's a really ballsy long. Ooh, you know, it just rocketed. That's a really ballsy short. Every single time I've faded my algo, I've lost. Every time. Every time I've faded my own algo that I made, I've lost. And it kind of lends credence to like the whole, okay, you probably don't want to fade your gut feeling, right? My gut feeling is that this might not continue here. And if it does, this could very well be the top here, the June high to tap, and we make a macro lower high and reverse. Now, I know that's not what people want to hear. That's not what people that are watching the stream want to hear. There's like literally 2 people in here. It is what it is. I'm probably going to cut this next section out and then use it for like some YouTube shorts and some shorter form content, but cheers, whatever. So, okay, everyone, you know, so what's the algo doing? And I actually just gave away a free spot on the algo. Somebody won it. I think it was actually a girl, Charlotte from the Cardinal. Is it Cardinal House? I had an AMA in the Cardinal House, and I was like, hey, I'm going to give away a strategy. Literally, a girl won it by, she was asking a ton of questions, not about the algo, but just about stuff in general. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Gave her a free month, right? She got all set up. Everything's good. It has not lost a trade this month. So let's get into it. How has it not lost a trade this month? Well, here we go. Let's scroll back. Okay. I have things here on the screen that I probably shouldn't be showing, but whatever. Probably shouldn't be doxing it. Anyway, on this volatility, it was short from here on that big drop. Took partial profit, longed, closed, took the profit, longed, took partial profit, kind of sat in the long, exited on the trailing stop loss, right? Above in profit, closed the whole position in profit, longed again, shorted here, more profit. If we zoom in, what happened here? If we zoom in, short on the pump, took partial profit, took the exited fully at the trailing stop. Okay, boom. Okay, longed here, kind of sat, grinded up slowly, and it exited here in profit at the trailing stop. Okay, cool. Shorted, ballsy short, and it stayed. This was the short right before the dump. It shorted like the day before the dump, and it just stayed in here, took partial profit, and then it basically just exited. This is one of the first times I've seen the algo physically exit and like not flip long. It just, okay, closed position. And like that was it. Like it didn't flip long. It wasn't like, oh, okay, let's just flip long here. Or no, it didn't do that. It just closed the short, took partial profit, then closed at the you can see this blue line. That's the trailing stop working, right? So active trailing stop, boom, closed. Okay, cool. Immediately reversed from there, and I was like, oh shit, it's gonna go for another leg down. It didn't. It just like grinded sideways, grinded sideways, grinded sideways, grinded sideways. And the whole time the algo is like in no position through all of this, the whole pump and everything. And I was actually, for real, I was kind of salty that it never took a long on any of this. I'm not going to double click and show you the indicators. That it was so fucking close to triggering along here and here and here, and it just did not trigger it, which I'm kind of upset about. I'm kind of salty about it. The new version I'm testing also did not trigger along. It stayed flat through all this. However, look what just happened. It shorted the fucking top, like literally on this candle, boom, shorted. So, I mean, do I want to fade the algo and like, get chopped to shit on this one and fade the algo and be wrong? Or for once in a while, is the algo actually wrong for once? And I'm right. And the fucking shit pumps higher. I really don't want to counter trade the algo here. Every time I've counter traded, I've fucking lost. So, these lows get broken on a 5 minute. These are the levels to watch, like right here. Boom. Where is this? 26,290 basically. That's the level to watch. That level breaks, probably going to lower. Maybe the structure breaks and then we teleport back down. Maybe hit a partial take profit here, and look where the partial take profit is. Boom, at a level of consolidation. I'll take that. So do I want to fade it? No, not really. I mean, that's where it is. Short's clearly in profit. I haven't had a single loss this month on the VENOM algo. Those of you that are new here, check out the links in the description below. You guys can get 15% off your first month. Anti-venom is the code. I mean, this thing has just been kicking fucking. The first month that I launched, it was rough. Like, it was not a winner the first month. I'm not gonna lie. I'm totally I'm showing you what the algo is doing on my screen. I've got nothing to hide. It's gonna have winning months. It's gonna have losing months. That's kind of the way trading goes. I've been doing this for 12 years. Shit, sometimes I've had a year where I've been like underwater or losing, and then the next like year or two are like absolutely phenomenal. Kind of the same thing with algos. Granted, this is on a 5 minute, a little different, but yeah, like it's not going to win every single trade. Has it been on a fucking crazy winning streak? Yes. To be honest, it's even impressed me. This is even beyond the kind of expectations that I had for the algo. I've had previous versions. I've never seen a version of my strategy be lossless for an entire month, like up until what is today? Today's the fucking 16th. It has been lossless for 16 days on a 5 minute chart. That's insane. So what's the list of trades here? If we bring it up, overall 42.5, 87% profit. That's fucking high. Almost a 7-to-1 profit factor. Max drawdown is single digits. That's a big deal. But when you go to the list of trades and you really look at it for the whole month, where did the month start? Right here. But this trade was open before the end of the month. So if you really wanted to get technical, oh, okay, it lost a trade this month. It was 0.5%. 1% winner, almost a 5% winner, 3%, almost 1%. This was basically a break even, basically a break even, basically a break even, basically a break even, 1%, almost 2%, 3%. And I really feel like this next one coming is going to be a bigger winner here. I think that this ends up dying off on the weekends. Newer version of the strategy, doing kind of the same thing. Now, obviously, this is including back tests here, so maybe not as accurate, but it did short this same exact spot. So I'm kind of interested to see what ends up happening here. I'm going to be playing around a lot with the new Astrobit AI stuff and their machine learning stuff that's now in beta test for us strategists out there. If you have your own strategy and it's coded in like PineScript, JavaScript, like whatever, like different coding languages, it's code agnostic. So if you're bringing a strategy from like MT4 or something like that, you can still use this product when it goes live. I think that that's awesome. The two biggest things that Astrobit is doing is security and code agnostic AI and machine learning technology. That's probably the reason why Apex Pro partnered with them. So did I even mention that Apex Pro partnered with Astrobit? Like that's kind of a big deal, right? That's kind of a big deal. But anyway, like cheers. So this has been an absolutely incredible week. Just the price action has just been nuts. Nick is short on ETH. Let's go to ETH. Let's look at ETH. Take a look at it. Boink. What is this big ass box that I have here? It's probably a daily chart box. Yeah, it's a day. Oh, all my shit's still here. Hey. Oof. Breaking below that's no bueno. So the box is 1705 to 1785. Overthrow high, which we retested right here. Is that 2030? Break this, we bull run. We didn't quite break it. That's 2160 to 2240. We still have this trend line though. This might be your support. If you're bullish on ETH, like, oh my God, what a terrible trend line. Actually, I can just continue this one. If you're bullish on ETH, like, boom, this crossroads right here, like that's where you're looking. That would be like max buy opportunities, like in the 1500s. So, I mean, I can't really fault you for shorting ETH here on a, sorry, I didn't have my chart up. I can't really fault you here for trying to short that, but it would be a short position. This is probably where like max buying opportunity is, like that's where it is. So if you're short, obviously that would be like a take profit. So there is that. Nick, I appreciate you, man. You engage, you're retweeting the posts on Twitter and everything. Man, you're fucking awesome, man. Love it. Love it. At the end of the day, you guys are the reason why I make this content. So you guys are the reason why I'm here every Friday now. Trust me, I could be doing I could be doing bigger things on Friday nights. Instead, I'm here and I want to go over, sum up everything that happened for the week, go over legacy stuff, go over macro stuff, go over what happened, if there was FOMC events or, new news with Binance and the SEC kind of, you know, go over, you know, what's going on with that stuff. Like the reason why I do this shit is, you know, for you guys, say those of you that don't trade as often, or those of you that are more swing traders, kind of have a better idea of like, hey, what the hell went on this week? Like, why is the price action so nuts? That's the reason why I'm here. I don't know. What do you think, Nick? You want to you down? You want to take another shot? Let's take another shot. Take another shot with me, homeboy. No, they're rolling out next week. Damn. Okay. So apparently this is not a meme. I foolishly I asked if this was a meme, and apparently it's not a meme. I was asked if I was new here, which I'm not new here, but I don't use Chase. That's kind of why I was asking if this was like a meme or something. You owe America a debt. The United States has 31.9 trillion of debt. Build a better future by paying part of it off. Contribute now. What the fuck? Seriously? Like this is Chase's, this is a screenshot of Chase's back end, like their account profile. So I thought that this was a meme and somebody like photoshopped this in, right? I'm very good. I'm a very good graphic designer. I do freelance work on the side. If you guys know people that need branding or websites, by the way, hit me up. I've done Nebraska. I do all of Nebraska Gooner's stuff and his website. Same thing with Elevate Trading, all their branding for all their stuff, all their algos, their website, everything, all my own stuff. I do all of that stuff on my own. I'm a one-man show. If you guys know anybody that needs web work, design work, motion graphics, let me know. But anyway, I'm really good with that kind of stuff. And I thought that this was maybe Photoshop. So I was asked if I was new here, and they said that, oh, yeah, it's rolling out next week. Dude, that's scary. When the United States is like partnering with banks to be like, hey, let's try and get people to donate towards the national debt. It's like, bro, you guys already sucked me dry of taxes. Like, you guys suck me so dry. It's like worse than a Vegas hooker. Like, it's bad. Like, I'm not donating shit. It's not going to happen. Can you jump on the daily Bitcoin chart and draw trend lines on the wicks? I just have a beer. I'll chug this one. Damn. Nick's out here chugging beers with me on stream. I should get this. I should get Nick on stream with me. Have him call in at some point. Whoa, what happened with the dominance chart? It's like broken. Why is it red like that? Why is it highlighted red? Holy shit. Ooh. I haven't looked at this chart in a long time. And the fact that that trend line just broke is kind of a big deal. That's kind of a big deal. Bitcoin reaches up over 50%. And wow. I mean, it's close as shit. I'm probably going to make a video on this next week. I'm not going to dive into why this is such a big deal right now, but obviously if Bitcoin's dominance is up, it's because Ethereum and NFTs and everything DeFi and fucking stupid JPEGs and shitcoins is down. So that's kind of a big deal. I'm going to be watching this very closely next week, but Bitcoin daily trend lines. We'll go to a different Bitcoin daily chart and draw. He wants trend lines on the wicks. So before I do that, I'm going to snag another shot. and you guys can't hate on it, right? I mean, hold on. Oh, damn. They're going to be I don't even think the audio is coming through on that, but marry up, young bros. Women are going to be more likely to not spend your money when they're older and they have careers. But anyway, got that shot glass in Cabo. Wife's 40th birthday. Let's go. John Wayne decanter with some local whiskey in it. And apparently I'm drawing trend lines on Bitcoin on the daily chart. I mean, I'm assuming you're asking me to comment on the wedge, right? Oh, I mean, like there's a couple different ways you can draw it. That's the most ironic way to draw it because there's 3 touches here, but that's kind of a stretch. Technically, see, here's the thing, man. Like trend lines are very, very circumstantial and they're very personal. Technically, this was the move up. So you could draw it from here, but technically this was the bottom of that move up. So you could draw it from there, which means that that was maybe a throw under. But it really depends how you like to draw your trend lines. Me personally, I wouldn't really include either of those. And I'd probably just, keep it to here and keep all those wicks in, and it's still a wedge to me. That's kind of how I draw mine. Now here's the thing, and I will tell you this, like full disclosure, I only use the wicks for all of my analysis. I only use wicks in crypto. That's the only time that I use wicks. Everything else, I use closes. So like if this was like the CME chart or whatever, I'd be using the top here and then I'd be using that top here, right? And it's just a channel. So the bottom, I guess, would be here, and then your next bottom, 1, 2, 3, probably be here. So it's pretty much just a bull flag, but that's equities, right? So like if you switch to the CME chart and I do this, it's going to look a little different, right? Oh, yeah, no, we'll stick on the daily. Okay. So like for equities, okay, I'm going to take the high. Well, where's the high? The high is here. Okay. How many touches can I get? Well, I'm probably going to draw it like this. Touch, 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 touch. That's a lot of touches. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. If I'm on equities, I'm going to draw. Oh, wow. Did I not have my chart on the whole fucking time? See, beers and Bitcoin. That's what happens. On equities, I'd probably draw it like this. Okay. It's almost an expanding. Almost. Now, technically, this is higher. So you could start from here, But at the end of the day, it's not really bringing that down much lower. So, you know, because you're looking for here for your next touch. Still looking like a flag. So I don't know, man. I'd love to see what you got here, but I mean I even said on one of my videos, I was like, man, look, you know, like Bitcoin on the weekly chart. I mean, it's just flagging here. But the thing is that on the weekly chart, the flag is breaking down, right? We use Wix on Bitcoin. Okay, Wix. Boom, here we go. We're using Wix. Okay. There you go. I mean, this looked like it was breaking down earlier today because of this candle. It looked like it was going to break down. It didn't. So, I mean, if you're really using Wix and you want all the touches, that's cool. You can do that. It would look something like that. And it's still, I mean, that's still a bullish pattern. So, yeah, Nick, I'd love to see yours on Twitter. He posted it. Let's see. Yeah, it's a big flag. I don't have a problem with that. Though the way that you charted it, I don't have a problem with that. You drew it from the base, right? You drew it from the base, like here. Okay. You continued it down. You drew it from the top. Okay. Over here. And you continued it from here. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you, but if you ignore all of the words that are on the screen, that's a massive bull flag. To be honest with you, considering we had a big freaking megaphone here with a throw under, very odd situation here, by the way. This is not a normal thing for a correction. But I've dived deep into the Elliott wave count for this entire thing, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your 1 ABC. This is your 2. Okay. This whole thing is your wave 3. Or sorry, not up there, but here. And this is your 4, and this is your 5. So this is the ABC. I've dived deep into the actual structure count of that entire thing. And this whole thing, this is your 2. So, you know, sorry, 1, 2, this is the 3. Man, I'm terrible at drawing today. 4. Okay. The 2 was really fast. That means that the 4 is going to take longer. That's kind of what we're seeing now. So there's a lot of different ways that we can draw these trend lines, but in general, it does. I mean, the macro does say that, okay, we're going to keep going up here. I personally am in the camp that we're going to correct a little bit more before that happens. Not everybody agrees with me. Not everybody likes me being bearish. Kind of comes with the territory, but again, every time that who's Austin? Oh, is Austin that guy that absolutely kicks ass on his fucking live streams when he's trading? Yeah, that's who Austin is. Dude, everybody give AC Trades a follow right now. I know that I'm a little under the influence here. It's Beers and Bitcoin. Give AC Trades, give my boy Austin a follow. This man is an absolute monster when it comes to trading indices, specifically the US 30. Man, this dude knows what he's doing. He's got approved for how young this guy is, and how many prop firms this dude, like how many prop firm tests this guy has passed. Man, he's doing a hell of a lot better than I was when I was his age. Give that man a follow. Give that man some smoke. He is crushing it. He just came out with a new Discord group too. I was thinking about doing the same. I'm probably not going to do it. Just don't have the time for it. Don't have the mods. But his Discord group is really legit too. Lots of really good traders in there, really knowledgeable people. I like to go in there and just kind of shit post and meme, which thank you. Austin doesn't mind and doesn't ban me. But really awesome community, and he is a really good trader. There's a lot of good traders in his group. If you're more interested in trading equities and trading indices, and getting more into like prop firm stuff where you can just kind of have access to everything to trade, that's definitely the place to be. Big shout out to Austin for joining the stream today. Always a good guy to have on the stream. So I'd actually like to hear his input on what Bitcoin's doing, because I know that he doesn't really trade Bitcoin too much. So I kind of want to see what Austin's doing over there with Bitcoin, but we'll see. But yeah, no, AC trades, absolutely awesome. Really good Discord group, really good group of guys. They really know what they're doing. Oh yeah, man, we're totally going to kill it this year. I have no doubt. I just really need to see this break and close multiple times above 26.5. It's got to break 26.5. This monthly support, we got to retap these June highs, man. Like, I'm all when it comes to Bitcoin, I'm all about the higher time frames, the order blocks. Those order blocks are just not, man, they're just not getting swept. I mean, it's looking rough over here. I'm going to give you guys the secret sauce, right? Okay, we'll come over here. Not the algo stuff. You guys already know. I went over it already. The algo is in like a very spicy fucking short right now. And you guys know I don't counter trade my algo. Every time I've done it, I've lost. But let's bring up the other chart layout here. You guys know I'm a huge volume trader. Really into volume, really into order flow. You guys know how I roll. Order blocks, order flow. Let's really see what's happening. Let's look at the volume weighted average price. Okay, let's get the standard deviations on. Okay, whoa. Let's take that off. That ain't working for us right now. And let's see what we got here, right? When you look at current yearly high, previous monthly high is way up at 30K. Quarterly high, 29.5. Quarterly open, 28.5. So those are all already are huge. And if we're really coming down here to a lower time frame, man, these bands are tight on the VWAP. This is tight. Looks like Bitcoin may have a little more steam before the major rejection. I hope it doesn't have much more. But I mean, we'll see. So this is what I'm looking at on the lower time frames, right? So I love using volume weighted average price. One of my favorite things to use. So this indicator is it's got standard deviations beyond the volume weighted average price. I absolutely love this indicator. It's what's the best way that I can explain this? If you've ever used Bollinger Bands, it's similar to Bollinger Bands, except it's obviously it's calculated differently because it's calculated off of the volume weighted average price. But it's like Bollinger Bands for the volume weighted average. I fucking love this indicator. For small time frames, this thing is awesome. Absolutely love it. Bollinger Bands, Austin, if Bollinger Bands is your love language, this is gonna be like, I haven't found a way to make these set in like a certain place. Like if you want to set them to like a month or a day, they reset every day, but it's similar to Bollinger Bands, and it's based off of the volume weighted average price, which is something I use very much, because this whole strategy setup that I have with these levels is basically a mean reversion strategy, right? Like on the 15-minute time frame. This is something I use a lot. I use this a lot. We'll actually let's go to an actual Bitcoin pairing where you can really, see what's going on here. Let's turn on, okay, the daily stuff and everything. Okay, obviously these clear, big, bold yellow lines, those are going to be your points of control where the most volume was traded for that daily session. And these are broken up by day. Okay. And then the VWAP resets every day. This is gold for trade. Like, I know that Austin trades short term, like mostly equities, short term, like intraday. He wants to be in and out. This is kind of like my secret sauce for doing that. Is I'm very, very order flow and volume related. I use the SMI ergodic oscillator for this. It's just the oscillator line. I've got points on here. Kind of works like if you're looking at this and it's just it looks like an RSI. It's not the RSI. It's just the oscillator line from the SMI, and the time frame's cut in half. I'm giving you guys so much free alpha here on this chart layout. Like, this is my secret sauce. I usually use this for Forex trading. And it's mean reversion strategy. This thing is fucking gold. Like, if you know how to use Bollinger Bands and you're familiar with how Bollinger Bands work, like Austin is, looking into VWAP with standard deviations is definitely something that you want to look into because based off of the volume, and volume rules the market, right? Volume rules the market. If there's no volume, there ain't no price action. So while Bollinger Bands take volume into how they're calculated, this is strictly volume. Plus I've added, obviously, like daily, like the daily visible range and everything. That's what the blue lines are here. So very, very interesting. I absolutely love using this. Volume profiles are absolutely awesome. I'm totally with Austin on this one. And the funny thing is that I'm normally a very high time frame trader, and Austin is a very low time frame trader. And what's crazy is that me and him click. I'll give analysis and he'll be like, holy shit, the same levels from your macro analysis match up with where I'm looking to take profit on long, or where I'm looking to short, or whatever. And it's crazy how the analysis overlaps. Like, our styles of charting and our styles of trading are so vastly different, but we still end up coming up with basically the same levels for stuff. It's really crazy. It really, really awesome. I love charting with people and communicating with people like that. It makes trading fun. It makes trading fun. So on that note, take a little sip of the beer here. We take a little sip of the beer for the beers in Bitcoin. Again, fucking dad mode, working out. The Yingling flights, they just put the F in front of the light because, that's how they roll. Hopefully doing the right thing. Why is hopefully in parentheses? Bro, come on, man. You've been killing it. What did you get approved for in the last 3 months? 2 or 3 different props. And I think the only time that I think you failed one of them was because of the spread or something. It was something fucking stupid. You got kicked off of it or you failed it and it was some dumb reason. It was oh, well, sorry, your stop loss got hit. And it was the guy that was in your Discord is dude, how did my stop loss get hit? The price didn't even go there. And it was because of the spread. And you literally just got hit with spread and it knocked you out. That was the only reason why. Your trade wasn't wrong. It was the spread that jacked you up. Nah, I don't count that. That's some bullshit. We like to have fun here on Cobra's streams. The snake gets it on. But yeah, no, if you guys haven't checked out his streams and stuff, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Austin, I'm pretty sure you stream 3 times a week. I normally do just Fridays, but I make 2 videos during the week. This guy's always on shorts. I don't know how this man does all of it by himself. I'm a one-man show too, and this guy's cranking out crazy amounts of content. But bro, you gotta check his streams out. Like, get in his Discord. There's so much alpha in there. Like, well, here's the thing. There's alpha in there if you like equities. If you like equities, or if you want to get into like Forex and like trading like other markets and stuff, that's definitely the place to be. Like, if crypto is like not really the thing for you, there's too many scams, there's too many rugs, too much confusion around like the regulatory shit, that's definitely the place to be if you want to be getting into other markets and be learning or get input from other people on how to utilize your skills for other markets. Like, that's where you want to go. Those are the people that you want to talk to. Just from being in there for the short amount of time that he started that Discord, the people that are in there, they got bankrolls and they're serious traders. They're not like some fuck offs with like a $3,000 bankroll that are trying to screw around and, you know, like use crazy, like abuse leverage. They're not gamblers. They're like either more experienced or just equities traders with deeper levels of experience in other markets that you may not have experienced before. Even if it's somebody else's Discord, I'm like plugging this guy like crazy. Even if it's somebody else's Discord, if they do something that I appreciate, I'm always going to recommend it, because at the end of the day, your success is like, that's what's the most important. Like, you need to make money. If you can learn from me, that's cool. But if crypto is not really your thing, hey, go check this other thing out. That might be helpful too, right? Got kicked for closing a trade because it was open for less than 30 seconds once. Wait, what? Wait, 30 seconds? How the fuck were you only in a trade for 30 seconds? That's almost like I would classify that as like a mistake. Like, if I was the guy running the prop firm, I'd be like, oh man, this guy like made a mistake or whatever. That's weird, man. Kicked for only having a trade open for 30 seconds. Oh, Nick, please don't tell me you were trading on the 30-second chart, bro. Yeah, but come on, 30 seconds? That's like a fuck. I didn't mean to open that shit. Let me close. Like, that almost sounds like it was like a mistake. But if you made money off of it, I don't know. That's almost a little sketchy, man. If they booted you for, was that the reason in the email? Like, hey, we're kicking you off because you opened and closed a trade in 30 seconds. That's fucking sketchy. I've dealt with a lot of prop firms in the past, and for the same reason, the story that I mentioned earlier, about the guy that was actually in Austin's Discord that got knocked out of a trade just simply because of spread. That's the reason why I stopped trading with prop firms, is like the spreads just destroyed it for me. It just crushed it for me. So I went mostly Forex after that until like 2017 when I started getting into crypto. I was messing with their new dashboard and it glitched a bunch and screwed me and got me in and out of a trade. Yeah, nah. See, like that's that sketchy shit, man. Like, you got to be really, really like, I love the idea of prop firms. Like, I think it's really, really good for people that are learning markets and for people that have been doing it the right way, right? Like, doing their research, learning their risk management, learning their strategy, learning for, you know, getting familiar with what time frame works for them, what time frame doesn't, what are they good at trading at? Like, what couple pairings are they good at trading at? Are they good at trading oil? Are they good at trading commodities in general? Are they good at trading equities? Are they good at Forex? Are they just really good at indices? Like, normally you want to pick like one or two or three things that you're really, really good at trading consistently, paper trading it, and then hopping into a prop firm to try and get funded so that you can make some money, right? And like grow your own bankroll. It's really, really good for that kind of opportunity. And I super encourage it. You just got to be really careful because like a lot of the newer traders, they're not super familiar with like how spreads work and how slippage works. And when you start trading with prop firms, it's kind of a different ball game because the prop firm themselves has deals with the companies that are providing them data. If that makes sense, like I don't know if you guys know how like data providers work and stuff, but like that's kind of how it works. And if you don't really know or do your research on where the prop firm is getting their data from, like their data feed from, man, sometimes the slippage and shit is like really bad and it can like fail you. It can be the difference between passing and failing one of the prop firm entry tests or whatever trading tests to get a funded account. It can be the difference between passing and failing. And I think it's kind of scummy sometimes. I think that, you know, maybe sometimes they manipulate it. Austin's got a pretty good handle on some good ones that he uses, which honestly, I'm going to be looking into myself. I actually have to DM him and find out exactly which ones those are. He keeps telling me and I keep forgetting like an idiot. I was messing with their new dashboard. It glitched out. Yeah. Like shit like that is just drives me nuts, man. Like, cause there's such good trader. Like Austin's a really good trader. I know that Nick is a really good trader. Most of the people that follow me are like good traders, or they've followed me for a long time and they've learned from me and they've become really good traders and they've become very, you know, not set in their ways, but like they found something that works and it works and it works and it works and they keep using it. And, you know, you use it until it doesn't work, right? Whether it's a pairing, whether it's a strategy, whether it's a pattern, an indicator, whatever it is. Again, there's a million different ways to trade. They find something that works and then they go for a prop and then the prop fucks them because of a spread or because of like an order gets canceled or like something happens. And man, it like breaks my heart when I see that shit happen because I know, like I've seen the person be successful for so long. And then I see that kind of shit happen. And it's like, oh, dude, really? Come on. Breaks my heart. But before I end the stream, let me know. Is there something specific you guys want to see? Whether it's a chart, whether it's about the algo, whether it's about the new things I'm testing for the new version of the algo, about Astrobit. Kind of tempted to give a strategy away here live on stream, but I already just did that in the Cardinal House Discord, so I don't really want to do that here again just a day later. I'm going to have new promos coming out later on in the week. Hint, hint. Those of you guys that are interested in just diversifying into some automated stuff, I will have new promos coming out at the end of the month. And there's hint, hint, maybe something big going down between Astrobit and Apex in terms of promo. I can't really go into details about what it is or when it's going to happen, but it's going to be relatively soon and it's going to be awesome. But if there's any pairings, strategies, indicators, like ask me questions. I've been trading for 12 years. There's probably very few questions that you're going to be able to ask me that I won't be able to answer. So if there's something very specific that you want to know, or if it's about me, I mean, fuck it. Ask me anything, right? I'm what, 2 shots deep, and you know what? I'm gonna classify the F as fake. It's a fake light beer. I'm a fundamental support and resistance trader. I don't even have volume on my chart. I love hearing anything about anything successful. You would be, so to that, the only thing that I would say is you would be very surprised where looking into volume would get you, because I was very surprised. Like, I never used volume on my charts. I was just like you, Nick. Never used volume on my chart. Now I've got whole strategies and chart layouts that are dedicated to volume. There's a reason for that. Maybe start looking at, if you don't have anything else to do, start looking into order flow techniques, start looking into volume, start looking into where was the most volume for the day traded, where are those points of control. Start looking into mean reversion and volume and order flow. When you start doing that and you start combining it with what you're already doing for your analysis, dude, it's like the biggest game changer. Like, or at least it was for me. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be like that for everybody, but if you haven't looked into volume, and volume is just not a consideration on your chart at all, I 100% think that it should be, at least in some kind of aspect, whether it's like volume per bar or on balance volume, like a line chart, whatever, on OBV. Maybe start looking into volume, just a little bit. Start getting into order flow and stuff like that. Because here's the thing, support and resistance and like major areas of supply and demand, that's awesome. That being able to identify those really well is a super, super important skill. But when you have the ability to combine what the order flow and the volume looks like in those areas, now you've got kind of like, when I discovered this, it was like light bulb, like grew from, fucking Despicable Me. Light bulb, right? It was kind of like the big brain explosion of like, holy shit, like this makes a ton more sense now. Like, I can physically identify at these levels of, are we accumulating or are we redistributing? Being able to identify what is happening at those levels was really a game changer. If that makes sense, I hope that makes sense to you if I explain that right. Obviously, I'm a little drunk at 2 shots. Actually, I had a shot. Technically, I lied. I had 3 shots. I had a shot before I streamed. So I'm like 3 shots and 2 beers deep. If that makes sense, it's kind of like a hidden look into what kind of price action is happening, instead of just, okay, it's at resistance. Cool. Okay. But is it at resistance getting ready to break out? Or is it at resistance getting ready to, the volume fucking died and it's getting ready to reject like crazy here and I need to short? So that was kind of the big light bulb thing for me. Once I started incorporating volume into my stuff, it was really a game changer for me. I was already very successful doing, like the way that I traded, and I was mostly just price action, support and resistance, and stuff like that, much like you. Once I started incorporating volume and order flow into my analysis, whether it was high or low time frame, it was a serious game changer. Obviously, I paper traded, these strategies before I went live with them, but that was a major game changer for me as a trader, was implementing volume into my already successful ways that I was trading. Getting that extra layer of information was like a really, really big deal. It really changed a lot of my decisions. And it was for the better. Like, I ended up being a lot more profitable because I was able to better identify, okay, uh, given the cumulative volume delta and looking at the price, is there divergence here? what's happening at this major resistance level that I should be looking at, kind of focusing on order flow, like when price is going sideways and figuring out, okay, is volume dying and the price is going to kind of like slow bleed out, or is the volume slowly increasing and it's going to break out from here. That's kind of what like gave me my edge. So I don't know. It's 100% something to look into. I'll definitely look into it more. Definitely makes sense. I'm 10 beers deep. Well, I will be 10 beers deep after this live stream. I think that's probably where I'm going to end it. It's about 9:30 here. I started a little late today. Um, so once again, I appreciate all of you guys joining. I know that it's not very many of you. It's kind of a shame because I feel like I give a lot of alpha and a lot of like good information on these streams. And unfortunately, I'm kind of a bear and most people don't like that. So they don't really join them. Losing momentum on my social medias, which is kind of disappointing after all these years. But I appreciate you guys joining. I hope that you guys have a wonderful weekend. Um, this week, very very interesting week. We're going into starting to shift into the end of a quarter here. It's going to start getting very interesting very very soon. In terms of legacy markets look like they're going to keep just melting upwards. That's just kind of the way that that's going to be going. I don't really have a rationale for that right now in terms of the indices, but they're melting up hard. Uh, I'm going to be looking into all of those things more later this week. I've been kind of leaning into the whole, oh, well, it's really only 5 stocks that are driving the indices all the way up. While that's true, it's also kind of becoming not less true, but there's kind of more background information on that's happening that I'm going to give to you guys next week. Probably not in one of my short videos, but probably on the next live stream. I'm going to be digging into all of that and be doing a lot of research on that because, again, I have my own portfolios that I don't disclose publicly that I manage myself, me and my wife's IRAs, 401ks, all of that stuff. Like my crypto portfolio and whatever you see me trade, that's not my only stuff. So I'm going to be diving deep into that and probably I might just make a video on it, to be honest with you. I haven't done like an actual standalone video on this channel in a while. So I'm probably going to end up doing that. But to everybody that's new here, make sure smash that like and subscribe button. Really helps me out with the algo. We do this every Friday. Normally I don't drink that much on this stream, but yeah, we do this every Friday. Look out for those two analysis videos twice weekly, and check out all the links in the description below. Check out the website, all that good stuff, and have a safe, have a good weekend. Have a safe weekend. Have a blessed weekend. And until Monday, happy trading.